Hey there boxing fans, this is Ian Thomas and this is the Mob Predictions. On Saturday the 20th of November we get to see the WBO World Welterweight contest between Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter, live on ESPN from Mandalay Bay Casino, Nevada. Okay, the tail of the tape on this one, Crawford comes into this one with 37 wins, no losses, no draws. 28 of those wins come in way of stoppage. He's 34 years old, he stands at 5'8". He's got a 74-inch reach and he's a southpaw stance fighter, where Porter comes into this fight with 31 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. 70 of those victories have come way of stoppage. He's slightly younger at 33, slightly shorter at 5'7", and he's got a 69.5-inch reach and he's an orthodox stance fighter. So firstly, let's introduce the champion, Terence Bud Crawford. He's undefeated and he's a very good fighter. And he's been calling for the big fights for a long time. But this, in my opinion, is his toughest test. Certainly at welterweight. Crawford previously of lightweight. He's fought the Khans and the Brooks at welter, but not probably when their stocks were high. So Porter's always been in fights, so he will look to be Crawford's kryptonite, and I think that Porter will probably give him his toughest night to date. Having said that, Crawford is Crawford. Undefeated, got great footwork, which allows him to move in and out of range with ease. It helps him switch back and forth between his orthodox and southpaw stances, which again can baffle a lot of fighters. I do like his uppercut. He seems to slip those shots with ease and then land that uppercut, which in effect, if something that Porter's looking to rush in, he'll have to keep an eye out, because if he's again pressuring Crawford, he could be caught with the uppercut all night long. Crawford is very good at blocking punches. He seems to turn his own jab into a defensive weapon and uses it to kind of slap his opponent's punches out the way to keep them at bay, and then it's kind of use his jab to get into position to land his own shots, which again is going to be interesting to see how Porter's tactics come in on the night to attack Crawford. Now let's introduce Shawn Showtime Porter. This guy, he's got a good chin, he's always in fights. His 3 losses have come to Brook, Thurman and Spence, so it's not a bad record when you look at it. He's always seemed to be, for me, found wanting at that top level, and I do feel that Crawford is at the elite level, so it'll be a difficult night for Porter. But again, Porter's a big welterweight. He needs to box smart, and for me, he needs to be the aggressor. He needs to disrupt the rhythm of Crawford. He needs to fight at those awkward angles like he does when he dips low and then throws the combinations. He needs to ultimately frustrate Crawford, but I think he needs to gain Crawford's respect early, maybe with 1 or 2 big shots. Otherwise, I maybe see Crawford running away with it. Again, like I said, Porter is a big welterweight. Some wouldn't believe that he fought Alexander Usyk in the amateurs and beat him. That just goes to show how much of a big welterweight he is. But I think what he needs to do is maybe try and get rough and tumble, get up close to Crawford, try and win those duels on the inside. Again, it's easier said than done. Crawford's a tremendous boxer. He seems to have all the answers. But again, as I said, this is probably his toughest fight at welterweight. And I think what I love about Porter, he's got heart and he can go a long way with that and that alone. But I'd personally like to, like I said, Porter to use his strength, take Crawford into deeper water to see if he can swim. Maybe this will be the finding out of Terence Crawford. But again, it's dependent on Porter's tactics on the night. He's always seems to be just come up that little bit short against the top fighters. But I think if he can get up close to Crawford, maybe it could be an interesting fight. Maybe even a 50-50 fight. But if not, if he's just going to be on the end of that jab and the switch hitting from Crawford, then it could be an easy night for Crawford. So my prediction is a Terence Crawford win via points. I just feel that he is too good. I think it's not discrediting Porter, as he is a tough competitor, but I just think Crawford will just be able to handle whatever's come at him. He's dealt with speed in the likes of Khan. He's dealt with power in the likes of Brook. He dealt with Brook quite easily, actually, even though Khan was a later round. And I just think that unless Porter is on his game in every second of every round, I think he's just going to be there to be hit. Again, I've talked about him being the aggressor going in, and I just think that maybe if Crawford anticipates that, maybe he's got a game plan to just keep him at bay, score the shots, and win via points at the end of the night. I hope you've enjoyed the prediction. Please let us know in the comments below who you think will win the fight. This is Ian Thomas on behalf of the Mob Predictions. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.